It's Dana, your favorite psychic. Are you ready for another message? Come on in and get comfortable. Put your feet up, get you a blanket, a pillow, something to eat, something to drink, something to smoke. Throw it up on a big screen if you want to. Put in the earbuds, kick back and relax because we're going to unpack some psychic messages. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. How's it rolling, Taurus? Welcome to the channel. Come on in. Let's talk about some things. It's Auntie Dana. Oh, that's funny. Let's do it, Taurus. Let's see what these cards have to say today. Yeah, let's do it. Spirit, Source, Universal Energy. You know I have the collective of Taurus with me here, Spirit. And Taurus wants to know what you know. So what do you know about this Taurus? And what does this Taurus need to know and understand about themselves, their lives, and their future? Spirit, what's coming towards them? What do they need to look out for? What do they need to look forward to? And how do they navigate everything for their very best and highest good? All right, here's what we got going on. Here's what we got going on. So we start this whole thing with the Chariot, and we end it with the Chariot. Okay? Interesting. So this particular Taurus, there is somewhere that you're going, and it is universal order. It is your path, it's your purpose, it's the way that life is supposed to go for you. Okay? Major Arcana, going somewhere. Major Arcana Temperance comes in and says patience, though. Patience. So I asked, where is Taurus going in this Chariot? And the Moon in reverse to the Empress. Okay? The Moon in reverse talks about coming to seeing clearly, first of all, crystal clear, clearing up the struggle of the inside, and seeing crystal clear that you are about to create, whatever it is you're creating, wherever it is that you're going, is about to be fantastic. Fantastic. It's a new chapter. We have so many major arcana all over this reading. It's a brand new chapter of your life. The Chariot is putting in the self-control, the willpower, the determination to do what it is that you got to do. The Moon in reverse is about coming to terms with your higher self and your lower self, right? The lower self wants what it wants, when it wants it. And the higher self knows that there's universal order being orchestrated to get you there. And the Empress knows this, right? She is the culmination of intuition and mind control. She is number 3. She is abundance. Everything grows from her because she understands that if she controls her thought life, she controls her reality. And if she follows her intuition, it's always going to lead her towards her true north. Those two concepts are embedded in the Empress because she comes from lesson 1 and 2. She's lesson 3. Okay? So this Chariot is saying, we're taking you somewhere. There is huge change in your life, but you have to balance out your higher self and your lower self in order for this to be successful the way that it needs to be. Now, patience, right? Temperance, temper yourself. Be patient. Be patient. Why? Well, 2 of Swords. You're going to find yourself at a crossroads. You know this is coming, either right now or in your very near future. There's huge change about to take place in your life. And the universe needs you. Source is saying, be patient, my child. Hold on a minute. Just be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Look, Hangman in reverse. Resistance, delays, stalling. There is delays and stalling. There's going to be a hitch in your giddy up. There's going to be a monkey wrench in your plans. You got your eyes on the prize. You know where you're going. You know exactly how it is that you're going to get there. But universal order says, slow your roll, Taurus. There is going to be a hitch in the giddy up. Delays and stalling. 2 of Swords. This puts Taurus at a crossroads. Big, huge crossroads. Why? Well, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is upset in the home, the family, the finances, the foundation. So perhaps, just for example, there's a Taurus out there that is selling a house and buying a house. Everything's all lined up. Everything's all packed up. Movers are scheduled, right? Everything is all ready to go. And then there's some kind of glitch that happens. And now Taurus is like, what am I going to do? Where am I supposed to go? People bought my house. I have to get out. My new house. What do I do? Right? Upset in the sense of security. Perhaps this is a business venture that it's up and going and rolling, and you're about to take some kind of big move, big action to execute, and then all of a sudden something happens that says, oh, those funds didn't come through yet, or oh, we have a problem, or oh, things aren't going to work out the way that we thought that they were. Something that is coming into this Taurus's life is put on hold for a minute. Just for a minute, put on hold. And this puts the Taurus at a big old crossroads. And that's why they need you to examine your higher self versus your lower self in that moon card right there. Because your lower self is going to want to bulldoze through it. Typical Taurus fashion, right? Lower self is going to want to bulldoze right through it. The higher self says just be at peace. Temperance, right? Just be at peace with everything for a minute. Don't worry about it. We're going to work it out so you have the resources that you need to do what you need to do while this is all in suspended animation for a minute. Firm foundation, right? The Four of Pentacles followed by the Four of Swords. Both of these are about stability. Firm foundation, the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Swords talks about rest and rejuvenate. So what these cards are saying is that we're working it out in the background. You just come to terms with the grief, the sorrow, and the pain that you're holding in your mind about this situation not going the way that you think it should go. Take a deep breath and just hold tight. We are working out some details that you have absolutely no idea about. Maybe not ever will know any ideas about. Maybe you're getting ready to go on a trip and the car's all packed. Everything's ready to go. Everybody's ready, right? And you get a flat tire. You're like, oh my gosh. And you don't even have a spare. I don't know why you would hit the road without a spare, but nevertheless, right? You break out the spare. Let's say you have a spare. You break it out. It's the little donut kind. You can't do this, right? So you gotta delay everything an entire day because the tire shop is booked up. They can't get you in until tomorrow morning. Now you gotta go get a hotel room before you even hit the road. Extra expenses, right? The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Something is hanging up your departure from some kind of situation. This is a general reading. If you want to know your story, get your cards read. You can hit me up at myfavoritepsychic.com or anybody else that floats your boat. But get your cards read. This is general, okay? So, universe is saying we're working some shit out here for you, Taurus. To the Knight of Wands, inspired action. So you can go and be successful. Look, the Nine of Cups, right? Fulfillment. It's going to work out. There's just going to be a snag that keeps you from moving forward for just a second. And then the Six of Pentacles in reverse talks about greed in the sense of well-being, right? And that goes back to that Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And Queen of Pentacles in reverse is upset in the home, the family, the finances, the sense of security, the sense of identity. Maybe you have this huge vacation planned or a visit, holiday visit, right? Maybe you have some big, huge movement to go visit people and everything's going to get hung up for a minute. Lower self is going to want to force it. Lower self is going to want to make half that trip on the donut tire, right? Lower self is going to want to force the situation. And your higher self is saying, see it as the Big Mac theory. You know what the Big Mac theory is? That's when you get to the stop sign, right? And you normally go right and go your route to work. But today you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to go left. I'm going to take the other way. And lo and behold, there's a huge, gigantic accident at the intersection that you're always at the exact time that this accident happened. It's the Big Mac theory, like a Mack truck, right? Big Mac theory. So don't force it. When this happens, Roll with it, Taurus. Know that it is divinely orchestrated, and it is supposed to be, for whatever reason, that you don't get going right when you think you should get going somehow. Greed, right? And the sense of well-being. I need it to be this way. I need this to all work out. I need it to be this way. No, Taurus, that's your humanness. Elevate, levitate above your humanness and see that there's a grand orchestration happening behind the scenes for your best interest. Second row, first card. Spiritual strength, 9 of Wands, resilience, persistence, right? Resilience and persistence have the understanding, like I just said in that whole top row, that there are things moving behind the scenes that you're not privy to. Have some spiritual strength. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Imbalanced. Have some spiritual strength during this upside down time for you. Have some lean on your spirituality. Look to the moon, right? This is the shadow work. Shadow card. It's the higher self and the lower self. The lower self is saying, send it. The lower self is saying, borrow money from your mom. The lower self is saying, pull out, forget it. It's just not going to happen. We're not going. We're not selling. We're not doing. We're not moving. Pull out. But the higher self is urging you to, it's right underneath temperance, right? It's urging you to just take a breath. Take a breath. Look, temperance in reverse, leaking out the bottom, hurrying, and the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, self-protection. For your protection, Taurus, things are stalled. Things are delayed. Things are stalled. You don't like it with temperance in reverse, right? You don't like it at all. You don't want to wait. But the shadow card, the moon card says, find your higher self and listen to that piece of you and not your frustrated, angry, pent up lower self. Why? Transformation. Because things are working out for you, Taurus. They are. You don't have to control it all the time, every time. Things are working out for you, Taurus. There's an ending to what was and a beginning to what will be, but it's just not right this second like you have planned. Might I add that transformation is the death card, and perhaps this stalling, this universal delay that's going on is keeping you from this. I mean, the Big Mac theory, right? But there is something amazing coming for you. Look, the Ace of Pentacles. A new beginning, new ground to grow new seeds on. This is where you're going in this chariot, but not right this second because something needs to be worked out in the background for you. Wisdom. Be wise what you commit to. Be wise when you experience this situation. Be wise. Inner wisdom, deep wisdom, spiritual wisdom. To the Fool in reverse, don't be a fool. Don't be foolish when this happens. Whatever you got going on in your life, when this sticking point, when this crossroads arises for you, recognize it as this reading and just take a deep breath, slow your roll, and wait for things to get put back together again. This could be a 5-minute delay. This could be a 5-week delay, 5-month delay. Just depends on who you are and what you got going on, right? Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. Don't rush things. Don't jump off the cliff without having some kind of safety net. And the Empress in reverse. This is not knowing your power. You have absolute power and control over the situation, but you just need to lean into temperance for a minute. The Empress in reverse is codependent. Again, takes me back to moving somewhere, perhaps. It also tells me for you to not look for someone else to fix your situation. And then the 4 of Cups comes on top of it and talks about contemplate, reevaluate, take into consideration something that you're not taking into consideration. The Big Mac theory. Take into consideration that universal order is trying to work some stuff out behind the scenes for you, and it's not all about what you want right now. Take a breath. Relax. Third row, first card, again with the Two of Swords, right? And the Eight of Cups in reverse. This is about being hopeless, right? Whatever this is, when it doesn't go the way that you think it should be going, you're going to come unglued. You're going to come unglued. You're going to fall apart. You're the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You're the Empress in reverse, right? You're going to fall apart all over the place. The Sun. But see very, very clearly the Hierophant in reverse. The commitments that you have made in this situation need some adjusting in some way. The cutting loose of ties, commitments, and obligations. Perhaps this is a holdup so you can sew up some loose ends. Maybe you're in a domestic situation where you're going to bounce in the middle of the night. And these cards, and it doesn't work out for whatever reason, it doesn't work out. And your plan is foiled. And then lo and behold, the next morning, you wake up extra early and you're tooling around and someone leaves their phone on the countertop open and you see something on that phone that has all the passwords to everything that you ever wanted. Bank accounts that are hidden from you. Some information that gives you a leg up in the situation. Roll with it, Taurus. Knight of Wands. Because there is some kind of communication, there is some kind of information that you're not privy to just yet. Back to the house buying, right? Maybe you're the buyer and this is happening to the sellers. And now you're like, what am I supposed to do, right? I'm supposed to be out of here on the 30th and now I have no place to go. Well, perhaps that happened because someone had integrity and they found something wrong with the house and they're like, absolutely not. We have to fix this before we sell this, before we hand over the keys. This has to be fixed. You never, ever, ever know. Just know that it's okay that you don't know. Know that it's okay for things to be stalled for a minute. Now, Five of Cups. Loss, regret, despair, and disappointment. To the Five of Pentacles. Left out in the cold, financial setbacks, right? Emotional loss because of setbacks. The Emperor in reverse, the Star in reverse. Just like this Empress and the Fool in reverse. It's the exact same contextual energy, right? Not the path, not the purpose, not the way that you're supposed to go. Maybe you're supposed to be moving in with someone and things are sticky and they're not working right. Perhaps you're supposed to marry someone and it doesn't feel right, but you're going to do it out of the sake of stability. The Star in reverse says this is not your path. This is not your purpose. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. This is not where you're supposed to be going at the moment. The Emperor in reverse is egocentric and self-centered and only has his own best interest at heart, but it's also about not being able to build the future the way that you want to build your future. Whatever this is, for whomever this is for, this stopping point is intentional. It's absolutely intentional. The Three of Pentacles, teamwork and collaboration. To the Eight of Wands, movement, action, and change. It's all going to change for you. There's just a pause. You're going to find the tire person. You're going to get the resources that you need. You're going to find some place to stay for a couple of days until everything works out. It's all going to work out. It's absolutely all going to work out. There is going to be trajectory change. Six of Swords. You are going to move on from this situation. The Six of Cups. We have 4 sixes in a row coming up here. The Six of Swords. Moving on, right? Going in the direction you're supposed to go. Memories of love with the Six of Cups. Victory and success with the Six of Wands. And harmony with the Six of Trump. This is the Lovers, right? This is how you're supposed to go. This is whatever this chariot is taking you to, that you're all pumped up about, that has a stalling point or a delay. You are going in this direction, but there's some tweaking going on in the background. Absolutely. It's going to be successful. It's going to be exactly what it is that you want it to be, just not right this second. This is your vibe. This is your frequency. Keep your frequency high, right? Don't be walking around like the Empress in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, all salty and mad that your shit didn't go the way that you think it should have gone. Breathe and roll with it. Temper yourself and understand the Big Mac theory. The Magician. It's all manifesting right now. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep the bullshit out of your mindset, right? Have a smile and say, oh, all right, well, I didn't plan on dropping $200 on a hotel room for a couple of nights, but I guess it's what I have to do. The universe is going to replenish you. You're going to be fine. Everything is manifesting the way that it should be, not according to Taurus's time frame, but the way that it should be. Judgment, right? Serious. It's a calling. You are supposed to be going in the direction that you're going. 100%. You're supposed to be going in the direction that you're going for whomever is picking this up. Absolutely. But use discernment as you go through this. Look, the Hermit, when this stalling, this delay, this upset happens in your plans, go into the Hermit energy. Do some soul searching, some introspection, right? Shrug your shoulders, kick your shoes off, and sit in the grass for a minute and just get some downloads. Just know that all is well. Commune with Source and process this whole thing from a responsible spiritual perspective and not from a rudimentary, lower level human perspective. All is well in universal order. Look, temptation. The devil, attachments that restrict your growth. What is that? Well, the Queen of Swords in reverse to the Nine of Cups, right? Queen of Swords in reverse is salty that it's not going the way that she wants it to go, and she's going to throw a fit about it. She's going to throw a fit about it. People are going to hear about how upset the Queen of Swords in reverse is, for sure, right? Because it's not my Nine of Cups. Wishes fulfilled, comfort, happiness, satisfaction. Don't be tempted by your lower self to blow this situation up. Just be quiet, nod your head, and know that it's supposed to be. The Four of Water, discontentment and boredom. Contemplation, reevaluation. It's the card with the guy and he's sitting under the tree, right? I swear there was a Four of Cups. Here it is, right here. Look, it's this card. It's this card right here, right? Contemplation, reevaluation, taking a breath, right? Don't be discontented. Know that all is well. The Seven of Wands is stand your ground. This is a challenge that is going to come up for you, and you will overcome it, but you have to do it through your higher self and not your lower self. And the Chariot, you are going to go where it is that you're trying to go. It's just on universal timeline and not the Taurus timeline. And that's real hard for some Tauruses to handle. To destiny. This is your destiny. This is where you're supposed to be going. It's all going to work out for you, Taurus. The Six of Pentacles, right? The giving, the receiving, the overflowing of prosperity in life goes right back to these beautiful cards of the Lovers and victory and success. Where you're going is where you're supposed to go, but pay attention to why it's not happening right now. Head on a swivel, looking around for signs, synchronicities, things that you need to understand that Hermit energy, right? Download from your higher power. The Eight of Pentacles, working some things out. Things need to be worked out. They just need to be worked out. And the Seven of Cups is the last card in this spread. Choose wisely. Choose what wisely? Well, your higher self over your lower self. Right out the box, right? With this Chariot, the Moon in reverse, and the Empress. It's like, Taurus, your higher self. Your higher self, your higher self. Not your lower self, your higher self understands what's happening. Your lower self wants it to be like you want it to be, when you want it to be, how you want it to be. And that needs to go, because that's going to trap you up and it's going to cause you to continuously make bad decisions in your life, because you want what you want, what you want, when you want it. And this whole reading is a gigantic lesson in patience. And perhaps it is a lesson for impatience for some of you. Temperance. Slow your roll, Taurus. It's all going to work out, but you don't want to get smashed by the truck, okay? It's all going to work out. You don't want to buy the house with the crack in the foundation. It's all going to work out. You don't want to hit the road with a donut spare tire. It's all going to work out. You don't want to move in with that person you're going to move into until perhaps you see them under some kind of stress. Maybe the two of you are buying a house together and this whole thing shakes down and there's some kind of delay and you see the true colors of this person come out, the Emperor in reverse, right? Maybe this whole thing is so you will see the true colors of someone that you're either in a love relationship with or a business relationship with. Perhaps this stall and this delay is the universe saying, let's hold up one last time, Taurus, and reevaluate this situation. Let's see what this person looks like when the house doesn't close on time, when the stress of moving day comes, when they have to change a tire. Let's see how this person processes life. Interesting. This could be anything for anyone. Hit me up at myfavoritepsychic.com and we'll dig into the nitty-gritty details of your situation. If y'all like this, enjoy this, subscribe to the channel. It truly does help me personally if you'll subscribe to the channel. Oh, look, that was confirmation, right? Subscribe to the channel. Even if you're not a gigantic fan, just scroll past me when I come up on your feed. Just scroll on past me. But subscribing to the channel helps me immensely. I hope you enjoyed that. Namaste. If you want more spiritual guidance after the video, check out my book, The 21 Concepts of Awakening, a guided journey to expand your mind, and The Science of Spirituality, Unlocking the Algorithm of the Tarot, the absolute easiest way to learn and understand the tarot cards.